Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate XL with the 6.2 V8. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Provo GMC for giving me some time with this Yukon. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 14 around town and then 18 on the highway. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see it's raised here on either side, which I think looks pretty cool, gives it a more muscular appearance. And then we've got the C-shaped headlight design down below. And then look at the fog light cluster there. And then you guys can see the coloration here with the grille, got the GMC logo there in the center. And then parking sensors here at the bottom. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the Denali XL. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275/50/22 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see here with the wheels, really cool design, especially with the chrome right there. I mean, that absolutely pops on the wheel. And then notice how the fender's kind of molded here. And then I like the paint, it's got a cool metallic flake to it. GMC logo there, and then you can see Denali down below. And then we've got the power side steps, which are kind of tucked in there. And then here's your full side view with the XL. You guys can see it, is the GMC Suburban. It's a big vehicle. Now taking a look at the key fob, you can see the lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch remote start. That's for just the window, and then the GMC logo there in the back. Now taking a look at the cargo area, you can see that it is massive with the third row folded up. This is why you go XLs, because you just want a ton of cargo space. And then you can see the cool plaques here. This is to raise and lower the third row. This is just to lower down the second row, and then you got an outlet there as well. And then when you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now I've got the cool C-shaped design here with the taillights, and then you guys can see here with the darker trim, and then Yukon and then Denali there. Parking sensors, and then you got the round exhaust tips. I think that's also another cool design detail. And putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks here with the Yukon Denali. Now popping inside, you can see soft touch here, and then look at the wood trim that goes across, and then you can see the stitching down below. And I love this for the sound system. I think that looks really sharp. And then taking a look at the seats, you got the topographical map here, perforated all down the center, and then you can see all the adjustments here on this side, and then Denali at the bottom. Legroom back here solid. We also have a little storage pocket. I like in the topography there. Screen here for the screens I should say, for the back passengers. Some cup holders, and then you guys can see with the climate controls, you get heated seats as well, USBs, all of that. And then headroom is solid. Now this has the exact same room in the back as a regular Yukon. Again, this extra room is in the storage area. But you guys can see with the seats, they still have the cool topography there. And then it was perforated all down the center portion. But yeah, in terms of space, you can very comfortably fit adults back there, and then the floor is flat all across, which helps out with legroom too. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again soft touch here, and then look at the wood trim down below, and then look at the stitching goes across as well. Got our memory seat function. All of our window controls, front two are automatic, and then you can see that the mirrors do power fold in, and then we got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors too. And then taking a look at the door jamb sticker here, you guys can see 1,413 pounds of payload capacity, 7,800 pounds of towing. And then got the speakers here in the headrest of the Denali Ultimate plaque there. And then again, with the perforated trim all down the center. All of our power adjustments here on the side. And then notice we do have massaging seat function as well. Look at those pedals, that's pretty cool. And then lots of controls here. So it's for the parking brake, your 360 camera system, parking sensors you can see for the auto stop start, stability control, hill descent control, parking assist, lane departure, heads up display controls. And then we've got our drive line select here with our drive mode select, 2-speed transfer case, 4-wheel auto, got the air suspension adjustment, light controls, and then the steering wheel's power adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see this has the Super Cruise system, radio controls on the back. We've got controls for the center stack. We've got our cruise controls there on the other side, and then you guys can see we've got our turn signal / windshield wiper stock. Big digital gauge cluster here in the center, and we can go through and change the different drive modes here with the gauge cluster as well. And yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Now this does come with a 360 camera system, so trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel. You got that bird's eye view as well, and then you guys can see here with all of the other camera viewpoints. And you got that zoom function too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, good resolution on it. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time's great. It has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay built in. You got the shortcut bar here on the side as well. And then you guys can see here with the transmission selector, it's buttons and pull tabs and all of that. And then I love the trim here on the dash. It's got like the cracked texture. It looks really good. And I do have a heads-up display. And the nice wood trim here, again with the Denali Ultimate. And with the glove box, got plenty of storage. Got our controls here for the radio, dual zone climate controls as well, heated and ventilated seat controls on top of that. And then you can see here with the wireless phone charging pad, more charging ports and all of that. And look at the cup holders. Get a nice wood trim overall. And then look at the center console. I think that's great. Good storage inside as well. And then we do have a camera rear view mirror. And then finally, panoramic sunroof. Now here's the window sticker for the Yukon. You guys can see Denali Ultimate XL. Total MSRP is $108,240, and this one has the performance exhaust. That should be fun. Anyways, with that being said, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, and you can see the heads-up display, both of the mirrors throughout the rest of the rear, and I still find speakers there in the headrest. It's so funny looking. Anyways, let us set off. So I just drove a Denali Ultimate diesel yesterday. This is the 6.2 V8 long wheelbase. So it'd be interesting to see the difference with the driving experience between the two vehicles. I will say though, any Yukon Denali Ultimate is a comfortable vehicle. The seats are comfortable. They've got like solid padding. This is the thing that's interesting to me is GM's trucks have kind of like harder seats, but then their SUVs have actually pretty soft seats. Like they're comfortable. They are comfortable. Now, aside from that, I'd say that, you know, even though this is a big vehicle with the big square windows, it makes visibility solid. So visibility is not a problem whatsoever. And yeah, I like the overall feel of this. I think that it's got a pretty, like, it's got this big substantial feel. Just gotta make sure this bicycle person's not, okay. Bicyclists are unpredictable sometimes. Sometimes they act as like a pedestrian, sometimes they act as a car. It always varies, but it seems like this person's actually doing a pretty good job with doing the pedestrian thing for the most part. So, and there's a bike lane which helps out. But anyways, yeah, it's a big vehicle, but turn-in's not bad. The independent suspension front and rear helps out quite a bit. Good torque out of the V8. Now, the performance exhaust said dealer installed, and I don't know if it's been installed yet. The reason why I say that is it didn't sound too different in terms of like the exhaust note, because like I've heard the Silverados with the performance exhaust and it's like a big difference. So yeah, that's kind of just a little bit of a thought there. Yeah, ride quality is pretty good over these bumps and everything, so no complaints with that. And see how the torque is coming through here. Oh yeah, gotta love the torque from the 6.2 V8. It is really nice. And yeah, just solid. So to cap things off, does it drive different from the regular Yukon? Slightly. It's not as big of a difference as you'd think. Again, longer vehicles, so you do feel the size difference. Does it ride any better? I don't really think so. I think it rides about the same. So I think the biggest benefit with this is, again, it doesn't drive too different. So I think that's a benefit, that it doesn't feel like unwieldy to drive. And you get the extra space. That's the biggest reason why you go for this, is because you get the extra space. But let me know what you guys think about the Yukon XL, and let me know if you'd go XL or if you'd go standard version.